Howdy folks, welcome to Tale Trail. Today in this channel, we'll be sharing some real and raw stories about relationships and more. Stick around to hear how they made it through, or if they did. Without further ado, let's get into some tales together. This first story is titled, Am I Wrong for Fighting with My Mother-in-Law About Not Wanting Kids at My Wedding? By username VariousBeat2198. I, a 21-year-old female, am getting married to James, a 24-year-old male, in January. Since the beginning of the planning process, James and I have both stated that we do not want kids at the wedding. This is where the problem starts. My soon-to-be mother-in-law has a large family with a lot of kiddos under 10. They are her sister's and brother's kids, so my fiancé's cousins. When we brought up the fact of us not wanting kids at the wedding, she flipped out on us, saying, "Why wouldn't we? Don't we want to be surrounded by family, etc.?" and told all her sisters what we had said. This then turned into people harassing me and James into having kids there because, what's the purpose of the wedding if we don't want family there? This isn't the first incident of Mom trying to control what we do. Either she wanted to make sure that people that neither I nor James knows, just because they are old family friends, we were bullied into not having a destination wedding because not everyone can make it, and it'll be our fault if they can't go. I have been trying to keep her out of the loop of planning for as long as possible because of her attitude towards everything we choose to do. I have people telling me I need to get over it and just deal with kids or whatever it is she wants because she is still the mother of my soon-to-be husband. There have been many times when I have even thought about not having a wedding because she wants to treat it like a family reunion. So, am I wrong for being upset that she's wanting to do whatever she wants? Now, Opie added a relevant comment in response to a reply. So, one user commented, "No, you are well within your rights to be upset that your wedding plans have been taken over by your mother-in-law. However, let me ask you this. Have you given her justification to think she has a seat at the decision table? In other words, are your in-laws paying for the wedding? If they are, then stop that. Pay for it yourself or cancel it. If you do not want to be beholden to what your in-laws want you to do with your wedding. If you are not taking money from them, then have your fiancé be the one to communicate what you will and will not be doing with the wedding. If you don't want kids, do not have them. This is your day, primarily, and there is nothing wrong with having a kid-free wedding, if you so choose. If your original intent was to have a destination wedding, and you were going to pay for that yourself, then maybe revert back to those plans, and then all of your problems are solved. It may mean changing the dates and postponing a bit, but then the people you want at the wedding will be at the wedding. With all of these suggestions, there is one pretty important key. You must let your husband-to-be deal with the communication and enforcement of what you both decide. If you try to play that role, you will be seen as the problem. You have to be a united front with your husband taking the role of communicator with his family. Opie then replies to this comment saying, "Both of our parents gave us money for the wedding, but not a significant amount. About 90% of it is still being covered by us. My parents haven't had any issues with our choice, and neither has the father-in-law, just the mother-in-law." We then have an update by Opie. First, I'd like to thank everyone for their advice. Although I would like to go back to the original idea of a destination wedding, we already have a couple of things that we would not be able to get a refund for or reschedule. As far as my mother-in-law goes, James and I talked about it and read a couple of comments together and realized he needed to put a stop to his mom. He called her and told her point blank, "No matter what you want, we will not be having kids at the wedding." She obviously did not take well to it, but eventually calmed down and said, although she's not happy about it, she'll just deal with it. LOL, hurts, doesn't it? Anyway, thanks again to everyone. Hope this is the update everyone wanted. Wow, I'm truly sorry to hear that you're dealing with such a challenging situation, Opie. It's clear you're making tough decisions, and your emotions are valid. Remember, you're not alone, and I hope you find the support you deserve. Alright, on to the next story now. This one's titled, My Baby Sister Called Me Dad, by username BeneficialPizza7137. I'm male 31, was 20 when my sister, 11, was born. Our mom wasn't in a good place physically or mentally, and her father was a druggie. So, I took her in and have been raising her ever since. She's legally mine. In certain ways, I have always seen her as a daughter. I feel as though the love I have for her would be the love a father has for his kids. I mean, I watched her grow up and was there for every single milestone. Most would consider me to be my sister's dad. But my sister grew up with the knowledge that I am her big brother, and the reason I take care of her is our mom and her dad can't take care of her the way they should. She got more information as she got older. We are both sick. My sister has chronic asthma, and when sick, her asthma is worse. At like 3 a.m., I heard her wheezing and coughing in her sleep and got her nebulizer to give her a breathing treatment. I had to wake her up to take it. She was half asleep, and when she finished, I told her she could go back to sleep. She mumbled, "Okay." Then, as I was leaving her room, she said, "Thank you, Dad." It was quiet, but I heard it. I had a good happy/emotional cry, and it's getting me teary-eyed just thinking about it. Here's a relevant comment that Opie replied to. "It's your actions that make you a dad, not your biology, and you're definitely her dad." To which Opie said, "Thank you. I've been told that by different people over the years, and in certain ways, like I've said, I have always felt like her dad. It was insane, though, hearing her call me dad, even if she was half asleep." And on her asthma, Opie comments, "Thank you. Day to day, she's really good at taking her medicine, but in the middle of the night when sick, of course, it's going to be more difficult. I actually woke up and felt like something was wrong, so I checked on her to make sure. I'm sure she felt a lot better after going to sleep. If I didn't, she would have really been struggling to breathe when she woke up. I think even if she doesn't outgrow asthma, she will be okay. She is only 11, doesn't let it stop her. She's amazing at volleyball and basketball and very active." Now, onto the update that comes a week later. For those who didn't see my original post, I have been raising my sister, 11, since she was a baby. Well, she's always called me by my first name and has known I'm her brother. About a week ago, while half asleep, she called me Dad. After that, she went back to calling me by my first name, so I decided to take up advice from some comments. I told her that when half asleep, she could call me Dad. She looked panicky and apologized. I told her she had no reason to apologize, and I actually wanted to talk to her about it. I let her know if she wanted to, she could call me Dad, but she never had to feel forced to call me Dad. Like I said, only if she wanted to. She started to cry, and she let me know there had been so many times she wanted to call me Dad and almost have, but stopped herself because I was her brother. I told her we both knew I'd never be just her brother. Plus, a dad isn't always someone who is biologically your father, but the person who raised you. After that, we both cried, but the past few days I've been Dad. It's been amazing, honestly, been amazing to hear. Like I said in my original post, I have always felt like a dad to her instead of a brother." Here's another comment by Opie who says, "I figured if she wants to, she can. She doesn't have to if she doesn't want to. Who knows what will happen when she's a teenager, but I don't mind that she does want to. And in certain ways, it feels like all my hard work raising her hasn't gone unnoticed." Wow, I can feel the depth of emotion in your story, and it's clear how much love and care you've put into your role as both a sibling and a father figure. Your openness and understanding with your sister are truly heartwarming. Cherish these moments, OP, and remember that your efforts are making a significant impact on her life. Well, that's it, folks. Thank you for tuning into this roller coaster of a story. If you found it engaging or have thoughts to share, drop a comment below. Your feedback means the world to us. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell to stay updated. Until next time, take care.